Yo.
Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? Scroll with me down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. We'll see bulls and bears in fantasy. Every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll with me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a charting crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23.
Trust the vibes, ignore the spreadsheet.
If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Scroll with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Woo! GM, we've got Iculus in the chat. Shout out to Iculus. I'm gonna scroll past this Gandhi tweet because Gandhi says exploit contained, not for our fallen soldiers. You know, so shout out to Iculus. Fuck EVM approvals. We're gonna refresh the timeline to get rid of that shit. But for anybody who is watching, Iculus did put out a tweet. Unfortunately, one of our G scrollers, Iculus in the chat, lost a few doodles during the Gandhi exploit. I believe he put out a list of them. So if you do see any of them, you know, and you're feeling charitable, contact our boy. But for the rest of us, it is Monday, March 9th. Let's see here. It's a little bit earlier than usual. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I honestly don't even know if I don't even know anymore. Well, it's definitely earlier than usual for me because of the time change. So some of my meetings got turned around, so I had to make adjustments, you know. But I don't know if it's earlier for you because in the Sonoran Desert, we don't know how time works. We refuse to accept daylight savings, and so, alas, nothing has changed for me. Everything has changed for you. That's how it works. We're just self-centered like that. But all right, let's begin to scroll. If it's your first time, you know, watching, listening on YouTube or on Twitter, this is how it works. Scroll with Me is a collective therapy session where we get together and we scroll the Twitter timeline to try to understand the vibes. We try to understand, you know, what's right from wrong, what is true from false, separate the wheat from the chaff, you know, the bangers from the duds. Is there an inverse banger? Like a failure? I don't know. That's a good term. Like it's like Like in comedy, they would call it a bomb, but I feel like that's not. Yeah, we need to think of something like something that's so horrible. I think it just inverse banger. Maybe that's just inverse bra, you know. But let's begin to scroll so we can see what the vibes are on this Monday morning. Let's check it out. Okay, this is actually sick. I love that Jeremy Booth's cooking on digital art again, honestly, because one, love that Southwestern style, that Snoring Desert style, and that's awesome. Dude, speaking of artists, dude, Rock Soul out here. Rock Soul just simply is the heart and soul of at least the Board Ape Yacht Club. Maybe PFP collections more broadly. This guy just has his style, continues to. I mean, one of the first things that I ever got when I got my first OG doodle was Rock Soul reaching out and did an edit for me. And I was like, I don't know. That for me was like part of the magic of NFTs. It was like, oh, this random guy is just like, hey, because you have this doodle, I'm gonna do this cool thing for you. And I was like, you're the shit. And he's gone on to paint. I mean, I won't even bother trying to limit his kind of pedigree, but so many murals for so many projects, doodles included. So cool. So cool. Okay, just realized. I was like, wait, is my microphone working? I just after this whole time, I was like, oh shit. All right, let's see here. Oh, looks like we've got a Pudgy Dumpor who's almost done, according to Loki. Wait, what is this? Wait, what is this? We may be currently a small crew in a vessel, but we have a lot of heart. Port Juniper is a lot of fun. And the Flow Guardian is always recruiting for more folks. Is this some kind of game? This is kind of cool. Yeah, you got a Corsair, deckhand, love an emoji thing. Yeah, this is okay. I'm gonna have to come back and check this out. That's cool. All right, we got a panel here, hosted by Goodies, co-hosted by Jack GK, Azuki Moonbirds, and my pet hooligan. Hey, Goodies, what the fuck? No, no, just kidding. Oh wait, this is from March 6th. Oh no, but it is still upcoming, and it's today. Got it. That's really funny. Just jokes. But Jack GK is great. I'm actually going to be on a space with Tima on Thursday with Chimpers and Lazy Lions and there's one more, but I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But it's gonna be great. So appreciate Tima for hosting that. 23-year-old Northwestern Mutual employees discovering Copilot co-work in 6 months. It is funny because I talk with my folks fairly regularly, healthy relationship, family, gang. And yeah, my mom is always talking about she's getting ready to retire anyways, but she's like, oh yeah, I can't stop using Copilot. She fucking loves it. And it's great. It's great. I mean, it's crazy because that has fundamentally, like, even just like email copy, other stuff like that has fundamentally changed the way she works, which is wild. So imagine once they get their hands on the claw. No, I'm just kidding. But just like actual frontier models, Me up weekdays at 5 a.m. Adult Swim's playing Sailor Moon at 5 a.m. That's hilarious. God, I used to watch Adult Swim in the morning, I think, when I was in high school. Maybe. That feels right, but not entirely sure. Do NFTers still follow NFTers? Of course. Dude, Van Goya is the OG. Feels to use clause code. Yes. This hits in a certain way. Welcome back to Legend. Dude, welcome back to the fucking Legend. Dude, I'm so excited for Tulip to be back in the game with Doodles. I think I tweeted about this a while ago as in 10 minutes ago. But yeah, one of the things that drew me into Doodles when I first got into NFTs was, I paid my tuition in NFTs like everybody else, minted a couple of rugs, some slow rugs, volunteered at some projects who I was probably more involved in the founder. You know the vibes. So eventually I got tired of that shit. And I was like, why are all these assholes such assholes? And then I found, I think it was the Carly P. Riley podcast, maybe something similar to that. And it was Jordan and Evan talking about Doodles, and they were talking about their experience with Dapper Labs. And I was like, wow. I was like, for a relatively new industry, these guys actually have experience, which is wild. And they seem to know what they're talking about. They're very convicted. They're obviously doxxed, and that meant something back then, And so, yeah, I'm just excited to now not only just have Evan back at the project, but now work with him, which is just wild. Didn't think that would be a sentence I was saying in Anno Domini 2026. So yeah. As you can see, things are happening. Oh yeah. So excited about that. And I could honestly go on and on, but go on and on and on. Whoa, what the Andrew, how the fuck did you do that? Damn it, Andrew. I'm gonna have to watch that tutorial. You son of a bitch. Bookmarking that. Yeah, look at this. Drew's on a content fucking heater right now. The hype is real. People are lining up for OpenClaw installs in China. That's wild. Love it. Love it. Hey, we got Ippy here. Dude, Ippy stays running the Stickies gifts because they are so good. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. Daytime napping is associated with larger total brain volume. Fuck. Dude, I can't nap for shit. I got too much ADHD. It's honestly like a running joke in my house. Every probably 4 to 6 months, I'll try to take an afternoon nap on like a Sunday when it's just right. It's like, I'm like, this is it. This is my moment. Lay down for 30 minutes, try to sleep. Nope, I'm up. Just kidding. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I wish. And I don't say that as like a jealous or like what is the not like a hustle core grind set guy. Like, dude, I can't even nap, bro. No, I'm honestly jealous. And it's not like I'm doing anything productive. That's what I'm saying. It's like my brain's just like, wait, what about that thing? Wait, what if we just... Nah. X stocks to power NASDAQ's gateway connecting permissioned and permissionless tokenized equities. Oh my God. Yes. Very soon, there are going to be more AI agents than humans making transactions. They can't open a bank account, but they can own a crypto wallet. Think about it. Dude, the agents are coming for our bags. Think about it. No, but legitimately. Dude, I mean, I was like, okay, so one, first off, if you thought I was going to stop talking about Flow because I stopped working there, you're sorely mistaken. You're sorely mistaken in thinking that I didn't think that it was one of the most impressive pieces of technology I'd ever seen, decentralized distributed computing of all time. And that I still hold that conviction after I worked there. So I'm not like other guys. But what I will say is that, yeah, like right now they recently passed a governance proposal that at 250 transactions per second, the network becomes deflationary, starts to burn tokens, right? So I was making this thing, I was vibe coding this app called StreamVest, which is a way to stream vested tokens. It's a terrible way to explain it. But like if someone has vested tokens, you can lock the tokens inside an NFT. So because the way that NFTs work on Flow is they are their own discrete resources. So you put so it's not like an ERC 6551 backpack. It's like the tokens are literally inside the NFT. The files are inside the computer. Now, the cool part about that is like you could do that as streaming vested tokens. You could even do it as a paycheck or a contract. You could literally give someone an NFT every 2 weeks, but instead of a traditional salary that it's just, a lump sum, it streams out over those 2 weeks in real time, which is like an interesting, like weird UBI post AGI just thing to think about. Let your noodle cook on that one. But the reason I say all that is because these NFTs could, right now I have it set it up where the minimum interval is 1 minute, but it theoretically could be, I guess, as fast as block time, 0.8 seconds, I guess, which I think is supposed to be getting, never mind. But so 0.8 seconds currently. And so you could do a transaction every 0.8 seconds from one NFT. And I'm like, I'm just saying, if I was an unscrupulous fellow, not even unscrupulous because it's permissionless, you can do whatever you want. You could make 250 of these NFTs and the gas is literally nothing. since I think I was sponsoring it, or if you do it on a Flow wallet, it's sponsored anyways, that all have 250 streams of minimal money, and you make the whole fucking network deflationary. You know what I mean? Like, it might cost you like, I don't know, tens of dollars to make a, fucking whatever figure, 60, 100 million fucking whatever network become deflationary. Just a thought, but that's because, well, and what's funny that I'm talking about all of this, that's not even agents. That's the hilarious part. I just realized is because, but it's because they have on-chain scheduled transactions on Flow. And so that's literally me with my meat paws making 250 Streamvest NFTs. Fuck. So throw an agent at it, bada binks to bada boom, So I just double proved my own point. Carry on. All right. The provenance is big. ACP provenance. Your agent finally knows who's talking to it. No idea what that means. But if Drew thinks it's a big deal, then I'm leaned in. Then I'm leaned in. Okay, this is the second Mexi ambassador post I've seen today. Interesting. I know Mexi had a little bit of the foodiatis curse, a little bit of food a couple of months ago because people were accusing them of being insolvent. But hey, maybe things are turning around. All right, let's see here. When I go to sleep, my retina's burned with OpenClaw Gateway Restart. OpenClaw Doctor. Dude, if you haven't typed OpenClaw Doctor space hyphen fix, you haven't lived. You haven't lived. Straight up. Hashtag KOL. Dude, this is wild, actually. I was tweeting about this yesterday. So speaking of Flow, the Flow Foundation and Dapper Labs jointly are taking some Korean centralized exchanges to court in Korea. I'll tell you a little story here. It's something I more found entertaining than anything. And I essentially said the same thing in my tweet. Is that, there was a security incident on Flow December 27th, 2025. They got that shit figured out relatively quick. Trust me, I was there. The American exchanges, which are traditionally super highly regulated, New York-based ones, like, it's like, we're like, they kind of are like, looked at us and they're like, we good? Sick. We'll turn it back on immediately. Some of the global exchanges like Binance were a little more cautious. They were like, okay, especially because they had some of the fraudulent tokens. And so we worked at them, got that sorted out. It's all good. Now they put out a joint statement and said, hell yeah, figured it out. The Korean exchanges, who has hey, I love Korea. 30% of Korean, citizens hold cryptocurrency. The societal wide hyper gamblers. We know it. Everybody knows it. It's all good. It's not weird. They, of all people, we're like, we actually have incredibly strict policies around which tokens we list, and we're putting a warning flag, and we're going to delist your token if you don't answer all these questions, which they did. There's kind of a great irony in that. I don't know. There's a great irony in that. So I say this because, one, I just think that's hilarious. Two, I think that Flow is fighting the good fight in, making sure that there's fair access to global assets in Korea, especially because Korea is such a unique market. Like, for those who aren't familiar, Korea has like a strange technological thing going on there where it's kind of separated from the rest of the world. Why? I don't know what plumbing causes that, but there's almost no services that exist elsewhere that work in Korea. I know that's weird. Like Google Maps, forget about it. Doesn't fucking work. You have to use this app called Naver, and then Naver Pay, and then all these things. So there's actually a lot of wealth being created in Korea because people are starting the Amazon of Korea, the Uber of Korea. Everything has to be like of Korea. The centralized exchanges in Korea are no different for that very reason. And so they hold a lot of power in the region if exercised in a, we won't say malicious way. That's not good for the citizens of Korea. So you have to be very careful about that. Or the citizens of Korea have to be careful about that. The people who hold power in the region have to be careful about that. And so I think, for better lack of a word, Flo is speaking truth to power. So, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I've shielded my flow for the day. Oh God, Dachshund Wizard, why are you doing that? Oh no. Oh no. This is the Cluely guy. Is he the one who like lied about his like revenue? Sorry, Roy, not interested. Oh God damn it, he's back. He's like fucking flubber. Let me see. Can I get rid of him again? Nice. Nice. Buys a $20 slot bowl. Yes. All right. Oil should go up to $1 million so normies can feel how it felt to use Ethereum in 2021. That's so real. That's hilarious. Dynamic pricing. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah. Evan Keys, co founder of Doodles. We are so back, baby. Yes. Look at this. Things we love to see on the timeline. Burnt toast. Evan Keast. Nature's healing. What is this? Korea edit? What the fuck? Dude, Korea's on some shit. They're on some wild shit for AI. All right. With AI auditing, there's going to be more exploits on older contracts. Revoke all approvals you have, use hot cold wallets. I love the way that Nick's put this with AI auditing. Like, that is a very polite way to put it. Wow. Yo, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. I had no idea. South Korea regulator probes BitThumb. South Korea's FIU preliminary notified BitThumb of a possible 6-month partial business suspension over alleged AML and KYC violations. Wow. Speaking of Korea regulators, wild. Wild. Oh, this is like a classic video. Yeah. The designer making it and the guy making the button work. I don't even try it anymore. I just look at charts like this. So funny. Cast is a $100 billion company if we miss. Dude, I actually saw this. Cast raised $80 million. Really cool. Love that. I'm very curious what their moat is. I need to look at this. Yeah, because like my understanding, and maybe I'm wrong, is I thought Cast was building on top of Rain Cards. So to me, like Rain Cards is where it's at, but maybe not. Maybe I'm not. Shift left, shift right, middle out. Yes, we need a good middle out compression joke. I was waiting for that. I was like, when do we get middle out compression? When do we get it? Wait, Bitcoin has now crossed 20 million Bitcoin mined. Isn't there a 1 million left? Yeah. Oh my gosh. The final million Bitcoin will take another 114 years to mine. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. Arthur Hayes says hype is going to $150 by August. Substack linked here. What will you build this week? Good question, Austin. Who knows? Who knows? But something. Something. Yo, what the fuck? How did Home Gym? Do I even follow Home Gym Coop on this account? I don't. How did they know? God, Coop was like one of my favorite follows on Instagram. That's wild. Dude, belt squat ski erg is crazy. But on that note, it is 8:29, and I've got that next meeting that I was telling you all about because of the daylight savings. Shout out to Iculus in the chat. Be like Iculus. But for the rest of y'all, G scroll, and until next time, I'll see you in the timeline.